Hey, good morning, Eastview Huskies. It is Thursday, May 18th. Here are some announcements for today. For any students whose families are going to bring their bike after school today to bike outside with Mr. Folland, it should be a great day, and I hope you have a wonderful time and stay safe and enjoy the course that Mr. Folland has designed. For teachers and staff, if you could see Mr. Folland's email about parking in the lower level and any help that you can be with that would be awesome. Thank you very much. Also happening today, pre-K is going to Canicle Farms. We hope you have a fun time on your field trip today. And tomorrow, Mrs. Hoover, Mrs. Keller, Mrs. Key's class, you guys are going to track and field over at the middle school. Hope you have a great time with that. And then we'll have our super leaders tomorrow as well. That's going to wrap it up for me today. Let's check in with our third grade friends.
Good morning, Eastview. This is Mackenzie, and tonight to start Eastview Olean News. Today's Thursday, May 18th, is National Notebook Day. It is a holiday that encourages people to record their thoughts, events, and information in a notebook. You can make your own notebook, carry it everywhere, and write down any thoughts or ideas you can have. You can also read old journals. This sounds awesome. It really does. Lunch for today is popcorn chicken. Now, how about a joke? Why isn't there a clock in the library? I'm not sure. Why isn't there a clock in the library? Because it talks too much. A clock talks, not talks. Now for the weather and birthdays here at Eastview.
Thank you. Now for the weather. The weather today is a high of 69 degrees and cloudy. It is currently 44 degrees outside. Now let's celebrate some birthdays. A very happy birthday goes out to Kinley Armstrong and David Forney. We hope you have a wonderful day. Happy birthday. Don't forget to stop by and see about Mrs. Keller's quote of the day. Also, by Mrs. Keller's classroom, there is a bulletin board where you can find ways to be kind. Once you finish that task, it can be placed on the bulletin board today. Stop by and see them today. Now it's time for Thoughtful Thursday.
Happy Thoughtful Thursday. We are excited to recognize our staff and students sending smiles recipients of the week. Mrs. Marion and Becca Myers. Thank you for being leaders of kindness at Eastview and beyond. What have you done today that was kind? Go out and make a difference. No act of kindness is too small. Kindness movie of the week. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Kindness challenge of the week. Tell a joke. Kindness quote of the week. The only way to have a friend is to be one. Now let's hear some shout outs.
And here are some shout outs for Eastview. Wow, we have a lot.
We'd like to give a shout out to Eastview Mr. Fitness and Mrs. Fitness of the day, Ryan and Mrs. Martin's class, and Quinn and Mrs. Stevens' class. Way to go!
If you'd like to be chosen to be Mr. or Miss Fitness, always do your best, be a great friend, and demonstrate outstanding listening in gym class today.
Shout out goes to Carson Kennard and Mrs. Rothman's class for reading 800 steps. Way to go! And
shout out goes to Zanaya Vance and Mrs. McIntosh's class for reading 800 steps. Also, in Mrs. McIntosh's class is Michael Holtz for reading 700 steps. Way to go!
Another shout out goes to Marissa Bolt and Crixus Benyon in Mrs. Martin's class for reading 500 steps. Nice job!
Our last shout out goes to Caleb Stevens and Mrs. Martin's class for reading 600 steps. That's awesome!
Teachers, we want to hear about what's going on in our classroom. Send us your shout outs our way so we can recognize your students.
Have a wonderful day, Huskies!
Remember our 3 rules. Be safe, be responsible, and be respectful. The more you read, the better you get, and the smarter you become. Always lead by example. You are the leader of you. Have an awesome day, Eastview!